Hey everybody, Shay here. Quick channel update for March. We're 1 week in at this point, and things are trucking along. I feel like I've stumbled, is that the word? It's taken years, honestly. I mean, off and on, right? And months apart, if not years. I feel like I found a harmony, if you will, between the audio levels, the opacity of the video, and the editing style. Now, sometimes it still means I have to upload maybe 5 different times in order to get past the copyright blocker system. Like today, for example, took me about 2.5 hours to get the latest Naruto update scheduled onto the channel. And strangely enough, what the copyright tagging system was catching were clips that weren't even sequentially shown. So not only was the audio cut up, because I mean, there was easily maybe, I don't know, 7 cuts in a 20-second span of time. And the videos themselves were, like, the video footage was zoomed in, like, and cropped. That's why sometimes you'll see the anime footage go off the screen a little bit, right? That's why it's being done. It's a little bit of a trick because, you know, it's also focusing on my reaction, which I think is, like, you know, half of the reason why hopefully most of you are here. But it also, it trips up the tagging system because the visuals themselves won't be tagged for longer than whatever it is, 5 to 7 second run time and stuff like that. So anyways, I feel like I found a balance. I got like the last 2 or 3 uploads were really solid, and then this last one was just like, damn, like it's just what I could not get past it. There was 3 or 4 different times in the video that it just kept tagging another 20 seconds. I'm like, it's not even a continuous run of video or sound. It's crazy. So anyways, without jinxing myself, I do feel like I want to increase the rate of uploads, of course. That's my end goal here. And so I just wanted to kind of scan through some of this, right? Talk about the last month of effort. Not even month. I've been at this for about 2 or 3 weeks since the relaunch or the reskin of this channel, and re-uploaded again the recuts of the first 33 episodes of Naruto because of some copyright issues on the public domain music that I was using for like hundreds of videos at this point across the channels. The reaction video vlog sections, the beginning and the ends of the videos, I used this song that used to be public domain, but the music has now been put into a studio that manages the copyright for this artist, and it's no longer public domain. So now all my videos are getting tagged and country blocked. So I don't mind if the money, I do mind if the money goes, because like these are Naruto episodes. At least give the money to the Naruto people, you know. But no. I really despise the way that I mean, these aren't getting monetized because it's a small channel. But you know what I'm saying, right? At scale, this is very bad. This is very bad because I got years, probably 3 or 4 years of using this music across the gaming channel, this channel, my personal channel with books and vlogs, past channels that are now deleted. They're gone. There's only these 3 left. It sucks because these are getting tagged retroactively. Slowly they keep getting caught and more of them get taken out, and then I'm like, well, what do I do now? So the reaction videos, the beginning and the ends of these are the ones that are getting caught right now, and it's giving me an opportunity. I'm like, well, okay, I guess I'll re-upload them, because at this point I've mangled so many things over the years that they're just archive videos, and some of them are like, I'm never going to repost these again. Just for who cares? They're just archives. But then I was like, yeah, but there's like a history there, you know? But I'll get to that in a second. Let me just finish my thoughts on Naruto. So from 72 onward, they are the current ones, of course. And so I was using blinders, and blinders has been the surefire way of breaking the visual detection, minimize the re-upload insanity that sometimes happens. Blinders have always been the best way. This full screen blinders was, you know, it was probably my favorite way, at least for a while, because I could get a lot of the visuals on the screen even though the blinders were in play. Then I moved to this mode here where I did the opacity on the video, and I liked it. I really do like the way that these turned out. Now, I did extra editing here with the zooms and the pans, and you know, just to see if I could break apart some of the visual detections and stuff like that. But I took like 5 hours for these videos, like to edit these videos. So that's not sustainable. I obviously cannot do that. You know, 4 episodes a week would take me 20 hours. That's not good. That's not good for me, and that's not good for all of you. I want to upload things faster and find this happy medium. But then between these ones that took me the 5 hours to do the pans and the zooms and all the more fancier editing, you know, it's cool to have that because I still want to see what the retention is like on videos like this. It's actually really good. But for the time, I'm not sure. I kind of, the balance for me is like, what would the audience prefer more of? Like the audience that gets here and stays here would, or wants to see the series and they're just transient, you know, but they would still like to see these videos pop up faster so they can get through their favorite series faster, you know. But from a content creator perspective, editing like this is actually better because it actually triggers more reach, more retention. And there's like a bit of a loop here that this would probably pay off over time. But in my head, I was like, yeah, but I could just finish Naruto. There's over 200 episodes, you know? So we got to move forward. So I found the happy medium of like, what if I don't do the transitions and the zooms and stuff like that, but I still do things like where the screen will still zoom up a little bit. And I'm just trying to break the visuals, right? My hands are kind of symbolizing the video kind of getting pushed to the side here. That's the reason why I'm doing it. And it feels like it's working. For these 2 videos, it worked splendidly. But then on the next ones that are now scheduled, I got 2 scheduled after this, that the 77 went really well, but the 78 today took me 2 to 3 hours of re-uploads. I think I uploaded 6 different versions, and I finally nailed it. But man, I could have been recording stuff. In any case, I'm multitasking when I'm doing the re-uploads and the re-edits and stuff like that, so it's not like the effort takes time, but it did disrupt my day, right? I could have been doing other things instead of re-editing the same footage, you know? And so after some post exchanges on the community post section here, I just got to thinking about, you know, I am going to focus on Naruto and get this to 200, episode 220, right? And then I will see what the growth is like and what the reach is like and what people are liking, and then we'll make decisions from there. But I also thought, like, I have an archive, like I at least finished One Punch Man, and I might as well archive it on this channel, but I had to re-edit these ones because they were getting copyright territory blocked because of the music behind my speaking. And so I had the opportunity to go in there and take that part out, and I put in my own strings underneath the vlog section so that I know these will never be at risk again. And at least they're here. And why? Well, because One Punch Man season 3, I heard news coming down the pipeline that One Punch Man season 3 is coming. Is it this year? I haven't looked into it because I'll probably react to maybe like some teasers or something like that. If they're out there, I'll check them out, you know? And then season 2, of course. I would like to get to season 2 at some point. I mean, this was done in 2021, this reaction. So I would like to get back around to it. I'm currently uploading them. As you can see, there's up to 10 right now. These were pushed out without pushing to subscribers or notification feed. That way it doesn't disrupt anyone who's subscribed to the channel. I just want them out here, put them in a playlist, push them aside, and then it's like something that exists there for when I return to One Punch Man season 2 and 3. I will be doing this series. It's just like it brings me to the next topic of conversation that I want to put out there because it's something I know I've toyed around with in my mind, but I don't know how to approach it. And it's something around milestones. So I want these like milestone triggers where it's like a bit of gamification, okay? So that it makes me focus on something like Naruto, but in my head I'm like, okay, but if I get to milestone X, and that's why I'm going to reach out to like, what do you all think? And I want some feedback loops here. When it gets to milestone X, I maybe look at bringing in another series to the channel, but it'd have to be a small, like it'd have to be season based, like 12 episodes, something like One Punch Man or something like it, right? Where there's under 12 episodes, I can do that in like 1 month, get some backlog, and then release it in the middle of Naruto uploads because this one's going to be extended period of time. This is going to be the entire year is going to be Naruto, right? But I don't feel like the channel's health is at risk if I don't move to other content that could reach new people who are not interested in Naruto, either because they're not interested in anime, they're not interested in Naruto, they haven't watched Naruto, so they're not going to watch it, right? And there's like any number of reasons that make sense for people to not be rediscovered or discovered and like stick around here because of just Naruto, right? Like I might need to span out, but I know for my own sake, I need to focus as well. And so I want to gamify it a little bit. So I'll let you all kind of chip in and see what you're all thinking. Like it could be at 500 subscribers, which is why at the beginning of the videos I'm saying 500. That's in my head. I'm like, at 500 I'd like to do something. Now I don't want to derail Naruto, but I'd like to do something that helps the channel kind of go to a next, like to give me something to know that if I get there, it's like a good track, you know? Maybe the next one's 1,000, and then maybe it's 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. You get the drill. So I'm not sure what that means though, but I want to make it something like the unlocks happen because of the channel growing. And if the channel doesn't grow, it could also be not an anti-milestone, because I don't know the term for it, but like there's got to be a threshold. Let's call it a threshold for now, right? And what does that mean is like if a certain score, for example, is not reached on a Naruto upload, does that mean that it automatically triggers me starting a new series? You know, I worked with AI, Grok 3 in particular, to work on a simple algorithmic way of deciding that. And I came up with something. It doesn't need to make sense, but I was just looking for an example of something that I could do that would make it very quick for me to go, is this worth just focusing on Naruto? And it's something like, and this might be wrong because I actually forget what I forget the equation that Grok 3 gave me, but it's something like you take the view count, you half it, and then you add the likes, something like that. So you half it, you add the likes, And so that score would then indicate, like, do I do the next episode? Right? And if it's the score is under the next episode's value, so let's say it's episode 100, then the score would need to equal 100. That's something like that, right? Now, the numbers are all wrong. I'm just giving you an example of like something I'm trying to work out that makes it very simple for all of us to kind of understand that that's something behind the scenes. For those of you who watch like update videos like this, or maybe we'll talk about this on Discord at some point or in the community post here. I feel like the community post section is getting better on YouTube, and it could be a place for that, right? Like Discord could be replaceable by community post, depending on how much activity actually happens in there, you know? I'm willing to entertain that idea. It's one less thing I have to manage, and it keeps it all, boom, in one place, you know? But if I work out something like that, it'll at least keep the people who are, you know, here and checking the health of the channel to see if like when's the new series gonna, you know, possibly launch. And you're not subscribed, and I'm not. You don't need to subscribe, you know, because I know there's like 97+% of people who watch reactions are transient. Like they come, they watch their show, they bounce. And I know this from the 7 years now of testing reaction channels. Like I've been doing reaction channels since 2017. I was doing the Rick and Morty recuts today, which they're coming to the channel as well as a major, like as an archive, into the archive. They're terrible. They're terrible. Like I look back at those ones now, knowing what I know today from the experiences through Naruto's reactions, that I just feel like I just edit a lot different. I communicate a lot different, like reaction mixed with like thoughtful stuff, like in my opinion. Anyways, people might not like it, but that's kind of my vibe, and it's like it's way more natural to me now. And that's why I want to re-upload Rick and Morty, because I want to show an example of how terrible it is at the start when you start a YouTube channel. That was 2017. I was doing a gaming channel at the time, right? And I was just like, I'm gonna do reactions, and I started XCI Reacts in 2017, and it just had Rick and Morty on it, and I had 2 episodes of Stranger Things, and that was it. And then copyright system took me out completely. And that one grew fast. Like it was over Christmas. I still remember. And I remember it was Christmas Eve, and I was at the dinner, the family table, and my phone kept buzzing in my pocket. I was like, what the hell's going on? It was all the subscribers coming in. It was like 800 subscribers in like one day, a day and a half during Christmas Eve and Christmas. It was crazy. But then copyright system nuked me. Anyways, it is what it is. And we're going to move on. But, you know, as an example, it shows you just like all the steps I was trying to do to not get nailed by the copyright system. But, you know, in hindsight now, based on like just the experience I got by testing things over the years, I can watch one of my Rick and Morty, the first reactions I've ever done, and I can see exactly where some of the mistakes were made. And I wish I could react to those blind again, you know, watch them for the first time again. Like I wished, because there were some moments, and I was just like speeding through some of the reaction parts of it, and I was like, oh, I remember that moment was such. It's just like I remember like these visceral reactions that I had, and I was like, I wish I could have that reaction for the first time, and I wish these were better. But I'm going to put them on here so that if people are curious to see how bad things were at the start of my journey, it's here, you know, and I don't have to upload everything that I've done in the past along the way, but that one's got to be here because it's the first reaction series that I did, and I would love to return back to Rick and Morty, because those ones were they were hilarious, man. I remember some of the breakups I had on. Anyways, just want to put it out there because that's the next segue of this is like, you know, it is an anime reaction channel predominantly now because only Naruto's on here. I put One Punch Man on here. I've done some Attack on Titan reactions, but I was doing those concurrent with my reading of Attack on Titan, and I was doing that as like manga reactions, and I thought that was cool, and I tried that across a couple different channels, but it never stuck. I mean, the first time it really did stick, and I just didn't stick to it because then I amalgamated everything into one variety channel, and that was the beginning of you know, a lot of chaos for me since 2002. So I don't know how to remedy the Attack on Titan that I really want to experience as a reaction series, you know, but I want to finish the manga series, but I want to kind of do those ones as a manga reaction too, but it's just so time consuming, and I don't really have a channel for that anymore. I've killed them all. They're all dead. I used to be on the version of this channel before the reskinned version that you're seeing now, the back to XCI Reacts, you know, and I'm not sure a reaction channel should also include manga reads as the content for the reaction channel. So that content's kind of orphaned, the manga version of the Attack on Titan. So I'm not sure what to do with that one. It could be a series I still do on my personal like book channel thing that I still haven't nuked because I like the idea of it. I just, you know, it's going to get reskinned at some point too this year, and I'll figure it out because I'm focusing on this channel right now. I want to grow this channel right now, and I have a number in my head. I definitely want to get to 500, but I want to get to 1,000. I really want to get to 1,000 before I distract myself with much more. Honestly, like there's a limited amount of things I can do, and I've kind of adhered to this idea of like there's 3 things you can do. Okay, there's a fourth thing you really want to do. Too bad. You got to get rid of one of the other three things so that you only have three things. You can only do three things in 1 week. You can only do three things. You can focus on three things. You know, and I always argue with myself with that one because that really like recenters me when I start to go somewhere. I'm like, no. You can do three things, and that's why, you know, my XEI gaming channel is kind of dormant right now. Well, because I'm focusing on this, and I already have two other things. I can do three things. So this is the channel I'm focusing on right now. You know, and that's cool because these channels are all small, right? But I love doing story analysis, and I love to revisit other stuff. Oh, that was my segue. Other stuff that's not just anime, which is why I went back to the original name of XEI Reacts. So while reviewing the Rick and Morty re-edits, my opener references XEI Reacts. I'm like, huh, full circle. We're back to the beginning. Just me saying, like, I probed a couple other Netflix series, live action series along the way on what was the third or fourth attempt at reaction channels. I think it was called XEI Reactions at the time. 2022 possibly attempt there. So the direction of this channel could really open up to non-anime content. It's just, I know that it's damaging for a small channel to broaden its scope in that way because the reach system sucks when you start going variety. And you might not think, yeah, but it's all reaction content. No, but to the YouTube system, though, it's a variety channel because the keywords are all, they start to go way too broad, and the YouTube recommendation system doesn't know how to find the audience for the content when there's a variety of different keywords that are being thrown at it, like Stranger Things or Tales from the Loop, like is a series I would have loved to have continued. Oh man, Black Mirror. That was a great one. But you know, if I start doing all of those, yeah, the system's literally like between anime and the live, like maybe if it was all Netflix series, the YouTube recommendation system would do decent, you know? So I feel like mixing up anime and live action series could be problematic unless it's like One Piece live action is obviously like it might still be in the same ballpark of target audience, but I don't know what to do. I would love to expand the reach of this, but I want to hit the milestones. So now I'm kind of like I'm throttling myself, and I'm also hopefully like creating a scenario where, you know, the channel can grow organically and more focused, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword, you know? Because then if I don't expand the portfolio of content on the channel, then I never have an opportunity for the reach system to find new people that could create a catalyst that's out there that I will never discover because I never do another series, you know, in order to, you know, trigger that accidental, you know, it goes back to luck doesn't exist, right? It's preparation meets opportunity. That's what luck is. And so I can't trigger a lucky break if I don't create an opportunity, aka releasing new series with new number ones that could reach new people. And then I'm prepared to just pivot to that series. If it pops off, then Naruto kind of becomes secondary, and that one goes primary until I'm done the season, and then we go back to Naruto. And maybe there's like a bit of a push and pull effect that I have to entertain while trying to grow the channel. I'm not sure, but I'm putting it out there. I want to kind of just, you know, touch base with the community, see what you're all thinking. And behind the scenes, things are uploading, and we're just going to get some content out here for people who maybe stumble on. They have some back content that they can go to and just enjoy while Naruto's happening, right? Things, something like that. It's just something for people to kind of go, oh, there's other stuff here, not just Naruto. Maybe it'll encourage people to subscribe. So feel free to comment down below and let me know that you've stumbled on by and what your thoughts are on anything that I've said regarding reaction channels. I'm just getting into, like, I don't watch reaction channels, you know, and I kind of feel like I had my own take, or this is where I've struggled, is like I have my own direction. I feel like it's just natural for me to do as a reaction. I like to get more analytical. I like to be more talky. But recently with some recommendations I've checked just to see how people were recording these and like how they were showing the videos and putting the sound and how they were editing, just to see like how they were getting not around the copyright system, but like making it fair use, like more viable and more sustainable from a production perspective. So I was checking some channels out, and I found one or two that did get into story and did kind of get more talky. And so I was like, no, it's out there. No, there's people out there. Like they just have to stumble on the content. And if they enjoy it and there's a series they want to watch, then maybe they stick around and they become part of the community, you know. But it goes back to, I have to create the opportunity. I have to be prepared. And then maybe the lucky break comes. And as much as I want to focus on Naruto, and I will focus on Naruto, we are going to finish Naruto this year. I might have to at least do some smaller seasons between. So I can't be doing One Piece, for example, although I've reacted to 3 episodes of One Piece. I can't be doing One Piece while doing Naruto. That's a no-no, because then, there's Naruto Shippuden, or Shippuden. There's 500 plus episodes. So I have to decide. I have to be very careful with the very long running series, right? I really want to watch One Piece though. But I might have to pivot to some Netflix series, is what I'm saying. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying this because I'm saying I'm about to get derailed completely to the point where Naruto never gets done. No. No, Naruto is getting done this year. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this one up. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.